Hi everyone, my name is April and this is Thrifted Transformations, the show where I go thrifting for old clothing and transform them into something new. In this episode, I will be transforming these 3 items into a Rapunzel costume. Let's get started. The first thing I want to fix on the dress is to make it more fitted around my waist. I had to remove the lining so I can see the actual side seams, and then I seam ripped the top layer of the skirt off since we don't need it. The dress has a zipper in the back, so we need to design the costume around it. I trimmed the rest of the skirt about an inch below the bottom of the zipper. Then I sewed the dress back together at the waist. After that, I can finally take in the side seams to fit me. Next, the shape of the corset looks like a V, so I'm going to mark the V shape onto the dress, but I won't trim it because we have to keep the zipper in the back. What I have to do is cut the V-shaped waistline onto the purple skirt and then top stitch the skirt onto the top of the dress. I was thinking about gathering the skirt to fit me, which would have gave the skirt more body, but then I decided to just trim the extra material away from the back. Now I can pin the skirt around the waist and top stitch it down. So Costume Yeti is having a costume contest with a lot of prize money involved, and you guys should check it out because it's super simple to enter. I'll be entering this costume once I'm finished. To close up the back of the skirt, I hemmed the top until it matched up with the bottom of the zipper, and then sewed the rest of the skirt right sides together. Next, I'm going to cut the neckline into a heart shape. Make sure to include your seam allowance when cutting it out. To hide the raw edges, I added a lining by cutting a piece of fabric, tracing out the same shape, and sewing it right sides together. Another thing I did was move the straps further out to the sides, since that's how Rapunzel's dress looks like, and it'll also make it easier to attach the sleeves to it later. I've already tried it on and marked where the straps need to be. Next, I bought some lace trim from Walmart, and I'm going to sew it along the front heart shape and then up the straps. Moving on to the pink pajama top, the lace at the bottom is perfect for Rapunzel's sleeves, so I'm going to remove the top layer and measure 2 pieces to fit my arms. To make the puffy striped sleeves, I first traced the sleeve from a t-shirt and then slashed and spread it from the top, stopping at the bottom. This process should take some time because you'll want to make samples of your sleeve pattern to make sure it fits and gives you the look you want. I had this purple fabric at home, so I'll be using it to make the sleeves. There's many ways to put stripes on the sleeves. You can sew or glue down pink ribbon, but I thought painting on the stripes would be easier since the silky fabric I'm using is very difficult to work with. The only thing I regret is making the pink stripes too wide and peeling off the blue tape before adding a second coat. After everything is dried, I sewed a basting stitch along the top and pulled on the threads to gather the top of the sleeve. Next, fold the sleeves in half and sew down the side seam. Now we can sew the sleeves onto the straps, and what I did was place the sleeve underneath the straps and side seams and then top stitched it down. Next, I measured a piece of elastic to fit around my arm and sewed it to the bottom of the sleeves. Make sure to stretch the elastic as you sew. I noticed that Rapunzel has some decorative embroidery on her corset, so I bought some stencils and paint to try and create a similar look. Unfortunately, this is my first time stenciling and it was a struggle. Paint smudged everywhere and some of the shapes didn't come out as nice. So if you have any tips on stenciling, please leave it down in the comments. Overall, I think it turned out okay, but because of how challenging it was, I decided not to stencil some designs onto the skirt. Taking the same lace trim I used for the neckline, I'm going to sew it along the waist. To attach the long sleeves on, I just tucked the puffy sleeve inside the long sleeve and tacked it down in the front and back. I also finished off the bottom of the sleeves with some lace trim. And for the bottom of the skirt, I bought this embroidered scallop trim and sewed it underneath. Lastly, I replaced the purple shoelace with some pink ribbon to finish it off. Here is the final transformation. I love how this costume turned out. I think the only thing I don't really like is the back opening of the skirt that I didn't close up because of the zipper, so I'm probably going to find a better way to close that up. I also sewed the purple shoelace across the back to help hold up the straps since I moved the straps off to the side more. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I am entering this costume in a contest on costumeyeti.com. They have a bunch of different categories you can enter in, and there is prize money involved. So if you guys are interested in entering as well, I'll put all the links down in the description box. Also, if you haven't figured out what you want it to be for Halloween this year, they have a bunch of ideas for you on their website. As usual, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!